Class, in this video we continue our discussion of section 4.3 in your textbook on logarithmic functions, doing part 2, page 6 of part 2 of your lecture note handout. So here on page 6 of part 2, we're going to evaluate some expressions involving logarithms, and we're going to be using the properties of logarithms from page 3 of part 1 lecture notes, right? Section 4.3 lecture notes, part 1, page 3. We're going to be using these properties of logarithms and properties of natural logarithms in evaluating these expressions. So the first expression we have to evaluate is 3 raised to the log base 3 of 9 power. Well, this uses property 4 from the property of logs, right? The fourth property of logs. And the fourth property says a raised to log base a of x is just equal to x. The a and the log base a basically cancel, and we're just left with x. So in this case, a is equal to 3, x is equal to 9. So 3 raised to the log base 3 of 9 is just equal to 9. In the second example, right, we use that same property again. We evaluate 4 raised to the log base 4 of 28. Well, a in this case is equal to 4, and x in this case is equal to 28. So 4 raised to the log base 4 of 28 is just equal to 28. The 4 raised to the log base 4 basically cancels, and we're just left with 28. And now if you'll skip down to the last example on the page, at the bottom of the page, we have 10 raised to the log of 16. Now remember, this is the common log. Log 16, that's the common log. That's log base 10 of 16. The 10 is invisible. So in this case, a is equal to 10, right? Because it's 10 raised to log base 10 of 16, and x is equal to 16. So the 10 and the log base 10 cancel, and we're just left with 16. Now let's go back up here to the third example, where we got to evaluate e raised to the natural log of 10. Well, the fourth property of natural log says e raised to the natural log of x is just equal to x. The natural exponential function e and the natural log function cancel, and we're just left with x. So in this case, x is equal to 10, so e to the natural log of 10 is just 10. In the next example, we evaluate e raised to the natural log of square root of 6. Well, in this case, right, x is equal to the square root of 6, right? We're using the fourth property of natural logs again. And so again, the e and the ln cancel, and we're just left with e raised to the natural log of square root of 6 is equal to 6.